Okay, what's up, YouTube? You know who it is. This is Page Crypto coming at you again one more time. About to give you another video. Shout out to everybody that's been tuning into my channel. Remember to like, remember to share, remember to subscribe. You know, I've been just super busy, man. Past 2 weeks or so, I haven't put up a video, about Ethereum Gold, Gandhi, or anything like that in the past over about 2 weeks now. But I just been super busy, man. Just super busy with work and different projects that I'm working on actually right now. So I really haven't had much time to do YouTube, and I kind of wanted to do this breakdown video because I thought it was very important. I think it's very important for me to do it and sort of kind of enlighten people about what's going on, the new improvements, new updates that are coming for Ethereum Gold. Shout out to everybody in the Ethereum Gold community. By the way, shout out to Sunny. Shout out to everybody in the community. And basically, just want to talk a little bit about this. I had this video to make so long now, but I just never got around to doing it. So I looked at it and said, you know what, I haven't done a video in a minute, so let me at least update, the people and let them know what's going on, what I think about this whole edition. Now, this is only available. This feature is actually only available on the original Gandhi IO UI, which is Gandhi.io. And this is the original UI for the Gandhi smart contract, Ethereum Gold smart contract. This UI is the oldest UI, I think. Yeah, it should be the oldest UI because it was the first UI. And I think Sunny decided to add these functionalities to the oldest UI because which I think is smart, because that's where the core community is anyways, right? That's where the core fan base is. That's where the people that's been in Gandhi for the 2.5 years, that's the core community utilizes the Gandhi UI, or at least they know about the Gandhi UI. So whether it be the community from India, or just the people that's been holding for a long time, or just the people that's in DOC every week, that really the real hardcore core base, the real hardcore core fan base, you know what I mean, the people that's been in it for a long time, and that's in it for the long haul. They are the ones that would know about this, because quite frankly, being that this is in the early stages, I think it's better for those people to really be informed about this rather than just everybody being informed about it. I think those people have more interest in the project long term, things of that nature. So I understand why he decided to put everything on the Gandhi UI in that sense. So looking at this edition right now, you can actually read up on this. He did give some information as to how this works. It's a pretty straightforward idea, though. The whole point of this additional contract, it's an additional contract, right? So this additional contract is essentially an additional token holder, right, that can never sell his tokens, right? So this additional token holder, right, anyone can send him tokens, right? You can transfer tokens to this token holder, and this token holder is going to constantly be getting more and more tokens because of the whole mechanism and how it works. And this token holder will never be able to sell his tokens. So this is a real legitimate floor. This is not like, people have come up with dapps in the past that claim that there's some floor, whether it be an ambassador floor, whatever. This is a legit floor. This is not no artificial floor or nothing like that. This is a real legitimate floor, because this token holder can never sell his tokens. he has to hold these tokens for life, right? And whatever dividends gets transferred to this token holder, whatever tokens get however much tokens get transferred to this token holder, they will always be in this token holder's account. And this token holder will constantly raise the floor, right, of the contract, because he's going to be constantly getting tokens, right? Anybody can actually transfer tokens to this token holder, believe it or not. With this transfer tokens, with this transfer tokens feature, which is a feature within the Ethereum Gold smart contract, it's always been the Ethereum Gold smart contract, right? This feature just essentially allows you to transfer tokens to any contract or any address that you want, right? So this token holder is just a smart contract, and obviously every smart contract has an address. I don't know exactly the specific address for this token holder, but essentially once you send tokens to that address, then this token holder's balance will increase. You will see it right here. And then the dividends, remember, being that this contract is a token holder, right? The dividends will constantly be increasing, right? This token holder will constantly be gaining dividends, right? Keep that in mind. This token holder will constantly be gaining divs, whether the contract goes up, whether it goes down, because that's how it works. It doesn't matter what happens with the contract, you're always going to be earning them divs, right? And so that's what's going to be happening. This token holder is going to be constantly generating divs, right? And as as he constantly generates divs, right? As he constantly generates divs, right? Those divs can be transferred and distributed to everybody in the contract, right? Those divs will be transferred and distributed to everybody in the contract. And these buttons essentially are what constitute this happening, right? So you have three buttons right here, as you can see. You have raise floor, right, which is essentially sending tokens to this token holder that can never sell its tokens, as I said. Transfer dividends, right? The transfer dividends is going to send whatever divs that this token holder generates to the additional dividends pool, right? So the additional dividends pool is essentially all the dividends that this token holder generated before being distributed, right? So essentially the token holders will be constantly generating divs, right? Now what people can do is transfer these divs to the additional dividends pool, right? Which builds up over time, right? It builds up over time. And then once you click the distribute additional dividends, then that's where the magic happens, right? And by the way, anybody can click these buttons. These are not admin functions or nothing like that. These buttons can be clicked by anybody. Anybody can raise the floor. Anybody can transfer dividends. Anybody can distribute the additional dividends, right? So essentially, you can transfer the dividends, right, that this token holder generates to the additional dividends. Then you can distribute the additional dividends to everybody. That's where the magic happens, because here's the cool thing about this whole process, right? Basically, when you know how if someone clicks your Karma link, right, or your referral link, and deposits ETH into the contract, you get 3.3% of that deposit, right? So if somebody buys 1 ETH worth of tokens, you're gonna be getting 0.03 ETH, because you're gonna be getting 3.3% of whatever that person puts in, right? So with the distribute additional dividends, essentially what that does is that these divs, right? These divs that are being generated, right? They're being distributed to everyone, but also being that essentially, the divs are being distributed to everyone by buying tokens and sending out to everybody. Because here's the thing, right? It's buying tokens, right? So it's essentially buying tokens and essentially distributing those tokens to everybody, right? Well, not the tokens. Not I'm bugging. Nah, my bad. I'm mixing this up. It's not buying tokens. You're just distributing the dividends to everybody, right? So essentially, these divs are gonna end up in each token holder's dividend pool, right? So the 0.23 ETH that we see right here. Once you click distribute additional dividends, those divs are gonna end up in each and everyone's dividend pool, right? So everybody that's in the contract is gonna earn a percentage of that div, of those divs. It's just like if somebody was supposed to sell their tokens, right? Then essentially the 10% of that gets distributed to everybody, right? As divs. See what I'm saying? So it'll be the same thing. It's like the way the functionality works is that once you click this distribute additional dividends, then essentially that will be split up and divvied up between everybody in the contract, right? But the reward for you clicking the additional dividends button is very, very lucrative, and it incentivizes people to actually click it, because I feel like a lot of people would probably not click it if this feature wasn't there. But essentially, you gain the referral rewards by clicking the distribute additional dividends button, right? Whenever you click that button, and obviously you got to pay the gas. Now, gas is really, really expensive. See what I'm saying? In fact, I can actually check it right now. So you look at the gas. It's just insane. Now we're looking at $300 for gas, right? So I mean, you can't even really do much, because of the whole gas thing, and gas. I would admit for ETH is a problem. It's definitely a problem. And I think that's part of what is kind of hampering ETH in a sense, just the gas. I think a lot of people, but and as we keep talking about, and yeah, I know ETH 2.0 is ways away, but regardless, that's what ETH 2.0 is going to address, right? So, and that's why people got to understand that, listen, this is, at the end of the day, like, this, being in Ethereum Gold, being in crypto, this is not a short-term thing. You got to look at the long-term perspective, right? There's a lot more development to be done in Ethereum. There's a lot more development to be done in Ethereum Gold. There's a lot more development to be done, in crypto in general, but a whole lot, has to go into a lot of these things. Obviously, ETH, we have the gas issue. Ethereum Gold, we have a lot of things that we need to get going. So at the end of the day, just sit calm. If you're in the contract, I know a lot of people. I know there's gonna be people that's, especially the people, the people that I really think about the most, or the people that came in during the zombie pump, because I know that they're the ones that are probably the most. I'm gonna even use this word. I'm gonna say they're probably the most frustrated, right? Obviously, people like me that's been in the contract for a long time and understand how this works, and knowing what's gonna happen, and seeing everything kind of go the way I expected it to go. I'm not surprised, and this is normal for me. I expect this. I mean, and I'm having a great time, but people that's never really experienced, if this is like your first go round, right? This is like, imagine going on a roller coaster for the very first time. You've never been on a roller coaster in your life, and this is the first time. I mean, it's gonna be scary, right? You're gonna be scared. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you've never been on a roller coaster in your life. You know what I mean? Think about when you was a kid, the first time you went on a roller coaster. See what I'm saying? So it's something like that. It's like the very first time, experiencing something like this. But what I will give those people credit for, like anybody that got in during the zombie pump, right? The credit I'm gonna give you guys for is the fact that you're still holding the fact that you're still a part of this contract now. Because remember, the zombie pump happened like a good minute now, probably like a good 6 months or something like that, maybe 6 to 7 months. Not really sure. I'd have to check the timeline, check the dates. Yeah, I'm not, to be honest. I don't really keep up with everything. But essentially, if you're still in this and you got in during the zombie pump, I got to give you a lot of credit, because I mean, for you to have the strength, and the psychological fortitude to really just hold on till now and be earning all them divs, with the contract dropping from almost 29k ETH down to 5.4k ETH. I have to give you a lot of credit for that. I really have to give you a lot of credit for that. I can't even props you enough for that. But at the same time, you gotta understand that you gotta keep holding, right? I mean, there's no point in selling right now, anyways. You think about it, right? Because you're in the loss, most likely. Well, you're in the loss. So therefore, you don't want to sell. See what I'm saying? You want to hold. You want to watch what's going on. And if you have any questions, come on the DOC. Like we on like every Friday. See what I'm saying? It gets pretty crazy at times, but we're gonna be doing some work to clean up certain things in the future, so that stuff doesn't go too crazy, out of whack, like especially like what it did last week. But yeah, definitely come on DOC, and and we'll address whatever's you don't really fully understand about the contract, because listen, it's not. Everything is not just super easy to understand. I will say Ethereum Gold is the most simple, smart contract to understand in crypto, because compared to a lot of these smart contracts that I've been seeing popping up over the past few months, some of this stuff is some smart contracts. They're super hard to explain, and there's just so much variables and so many things that you have to consider. There's not many variables here. It's pretty simple. Once you get it, you get it. It doesn't take more than 15 minutes. Not even 15 minutes. It doesn't take more than 5 minutes to really explain, what this really does. So yeah, definitely. And if you still don't fully understand this, I try my best to kind of break it down to you guys, with the whole distribute additional dividends thing and everything, and transferring the divs, stuff like that. And like, another thing that you guys should keep in mind as well is that this will actually be yeah, so basically, and that's one more thing I need to address. Some people be thinking that because I show the other contract, right? Because I show like two different accounts. So this is my second account that I'm building up. A lot of people see this second account, they be thinking I sold out of Ethereum Gold. Nah, this is my my smaller account that I'm building up. This is a new project, like it's something I'm testing, to see how much I can really do with this one. It's a small amount, so it's never good to have one account in crypto, right? So this is just my second account that I'm building up, and I kind of like to do videos more with this one too, because then this one the thing I like about this one is that it's a smaller amount, and I don't want to seem like I'm showing off too much or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't that serious. You know what I mean? Like, so like what I try to do is I try to display this one more and just kind of show you the journey of me building this up. As you can see, the value is going. If you've been watching the videos, the value of even this small one has gone up. So yeah, definitely. But yeah, definitely. And also, but what I wanted to also say is that all the functionalities that you see on Gandhiji.io, right? They will be updated to the Ethereum Gold, UI website as well, right? All these different features. The UI is in the works, right? The Ethereum Gold UI is still under development. The new UI, because there's a new UI coming out, right? Once that new UI is complete, then all these features will be available on this Ethereum Gold UI. I think it will look similar to this, but it will have a lot more functionality, right? And all those functionalities will be available on the Ethereum Gold.io website, right? So bear that in mind as well. So we're not neglecting the Ethereum Gold.io website. You know what I'm saying? Those things are in the works. Sonny is doing work on that. So key things: patience. Crypto's patience. If you want to make a lot of money in this world, you gotta have patience. There's two things in this world that makes you money: time and effort, right? Those are the two main things that make you money in this world, right? Time and effort. See what I'm saying? It's either you're gonna be patient and wait, or you're gonna put in a lot of effort. See what I'm saying? And make that money. See what I'm saying? Or sometimes it's a combination of both. You know what I mean? So that's just how life works. So, just be patient, guys. Like, things are definitely in the works. Obviously, Ethereum is nowhere near its potential. I know there's been a price bump up to 1,700, but that's nowhere near the potential of Ethereum. And if you really want to truly benefit from both Ethereum Gold and Ethereum price going up, you want to be patient. You want to wait. See what I'm saying? You want to wait and see where this is going to go. Because I'm telling you, man, there's going to be some amazing things that's going to happen in the next few years for sure. But anyways, take care. Have a great day. Pace Crypto signing out. Remember to subscribe to my channel. Remember to turn on notifications. Leave a like. Share this video. Have a great day. Pace Crypto signing out. Peace.